Wild Thyme Cooking with Allison Davis is brought to you by Corman Kitchen and Bath.
Welcome back to Midday Kentucky. Chef Allison Davis here in the Wild Thyme Kitchen. And it's our Wellness Wednesday with April Dutille of April May Health. And so we focus this segment on a lot of plant-based cooking,
Yes,
right? And that's
yes.
just how you live your life.
Yes.
But you work with clients all the time, just on not just vegan lifestyle, but really just how to
Get healthy.
get
healthy. How to reverse degenerative diseases and that sort of thing. And the cornerstone of that has to start with what you're putting inside your body.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
that
you
just seems
actually
like
work
common
with clients, and you kind of
Yes.
are a middleman, so to speak, like working with clients and their doctors, maybe
Right.
with their health.
Part of their team.
Yeah.
Just part of their team and providing scientifically based evidence and things like that for them to take into account. And then when people say, hey, I'm ready to get on board, I teach them how to do it.
And a
this is
huge
what we're
part of that, though, is food and
That
is
we're
diet.
right,
Yeah.
right. How to cook it, how to get it quick. I'm a mother of several children and
Yeah.
I'm very busy. So mine's all about getting it done quite fast.
Yeah, and if you are willing to tell your story, how you got into plant-based living yourself.
Yeah. Well, a cancer diagnosis several years ago, 7 years ago. So long story short, just that journey and a lot of investigation, I learned how important it was to add the plants in your diet.
Yeah, and completely transformed your life and your entire family's.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
All right, well, what are we making today? This actually I've had before, and it's phenomenal.
Mac and trees, I call it. Very quick. What we've already got cooking in an Instapot is macaroni. You just put a pound of macaroni with 4 cups of water, set the Instant Pot to pressure for 5 minutes. And now I'm going to make the cheese sauce, and once the noodles are done, I don't have to drain them or anything. I add the cheese sauce and the broccoli in, and we stir it up, and it's done.
Okay, so when we say cheese sauce, we're not actually adding dairy.
No
we're
dairy.
using natural fats from the cashews.
Cashews.
Yeah.
I've already got a cup and a half of water in this Vitamix. I put half a cup of cashews. Now I've already done roasted butternut squash. I'm adding that in. That's 2
And
cups.
even like a cheat you can find, like Trader Joe's, I know has the butternut squash already like diced up. You can find them
find it
sometimes
already diced.
peeled, already diced.
That's right. I got a lot of tricks for that too. But I just did a little bit of garlic, some nutritional yeast.
So for me, the nutritional yeast is kind of the secret ingredient here,
Oh, it
because if
makes
you've
it
done it
delicious.
cooked with nutritional yeast, it really is this cheesy, trick to your mind.
Yeah,
It gives
a lot
it
of people
cheesy
who don't
flavor.
eat dairy do the nutritional yeast because it has a cheesy flavor. Now I've done lemon juice, a little bit of salt. You're going to have all the specifics of the recipe on the side, I guess. So
Yes.
I've got a little bit of just prepared mustard and some cornstarch. That's going to help thicken it up.
So you use a lot of cornstarch, and you've mentioned this before, but when you're purchasing cornstarch, kind of look for the non-GMO labeling.
I like the
organic,
non-GMO
yeah.
better. It's not going to be a deal breaker for me, but I think it's a
Right.
good idea to kind of limit some of that in your diet. We just don't know.
Right, where it's
fully.
from.
All right, so that's it.
So
I've
that's
got it all
it.
in the machine. Now I'm gonna, on this machine, you put it on the soup setting, and it's gonna both blend it and cook it inside the machine. But if you've just got stovetop, blend it up in a good blender, pour it on the stovetop, and just heat it until it thickens.
Okay, awesome. So this is going to go. We're going to let the noodles cook, and then we're going to put and assemble our mac and trees, and you'll see where she gets the clever
Kids
name
love
from.
this too. It's an easy one for them.
All right, so we put everything in the processor, the Vitamix. We put everything in the Vitamix, and this went for about 5 minutes, and then the pasta cooked in the Instapot for 5 minutes, but then once it stops, it sits for about 6 minutes just to
Depressurizing on its own before you release the pressure
And
manually.
go ahead and pour that in, and what's cool is that it cooks and all the water is
Yeah,
soaked
you don't
up.
have
You
to
don't have to
drain
drain
it.
or
That's
anything.
right, it's ready to
Perfect
go.
al dente, perfectly cooked.
Yes.
All right, and so some people were, even our camera crew was asking, they were like, aren't there eggs in the pasta? But there's not.
No.
So you can actually have pasta, it's just the semolina flour and water.
It brings up a good point, though. You want to read the packaging.
Read your
Right.
labeling. Yeah, for sure. All right, so we got our cheese sauce,
All right.
and we'll see what this looks like.
Good, thick,
Really
yummy
thick.
cheese,
I mean, this, and
delicious.
we'll talk about this further on throughout the year, but you've used this cheese sauce in so many different applications. It really is
to the point that I've
creamy.
created a powder so people can make it even quicker. So
That's right,
yes,
yeah.
absolutely. This is a staple in our family. We love it. Kids love it. Company will love it.
All right, so we said this recipe is mac and trees, so then we're going to add in some chopped broccoli. And you could do frozen, or you can steam it and add it in, and it's
Because
ready to
the
go.
cheese and the noodles are still very hot when they come out of that Instapot and out of the Vitamix or whatever you're using to mix it up. And look at that. You can even hear it. It sounds like
No, it's
yummy,
cheesy.
cheesy.
Yeah.
Yum.
Delicious. All right, guys. Well,
Absolutely.
we will put this recipe, you know where to go and find it at middaykentucky.com/recipes for this cheese sauce and April's mac and cheese recipe. You can find April, aprilmadehealth.com, and we will see you guys shortly. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.